Okay guys, so we're going to go over the guided practice, which was on page 42, numbers 1, 2, and 3. The answers are right in front of you. If you got them all right, congratulations. You don't have to watch the rest of the video unless you're curious to see how I did it. But for the rest of you, here we go. The answers are, number 1 is $28, number 2 is 15 minutes, and finally number 3 is $32. Okay, let's get to it, see what we have. Alright, number 1. Well, actually, let me read the directions first, as always. Complete each ratio table to solve each problem. Okay, Santiago receives an allowance of $7 every week. How much total does he receive after 4 weeks? Okay, this is still a ratio problem. Okay, and what I've been saying since we first started this chapter, especially with ratios, always write down what you're comparing first. Now, I know it has it in the book. You can just copy the table and you have your nouns. But try and do it on your own. Do you understand what's actually going on there? Now, you guys are really good at the math, but not so good at the English. So, really, take a minute, no, not even that, take a few seconds. Make sure you understand the English. What are we comparing? Now, to me, it looks like we're comparing allowance, or if you just want to put down money, because that's what it is, per week. Okay, now if you don't know what that is, an allowance, some parents would give their kids money either every week or once a month if the kids did chores or if the kids got good grades or something. Okay, but it's money from parents basically. Okay, anyways, the goal here is we know that this person gets $7 per week. All right, and then we have a table, right, with a 4 at the end. So the question is, how much does he make after 4 weeks? And you know, I shouldn't say, it's not that he's making it, he's getting it, he's receiving it. So earlier, again, what we can do is skip counting. If you remember the lesson we did earlier today, we talked about skip counting. We're going from 1 to 4, and I'm noticing that there's 4 spots. All right, okay, we can do that. We can do that. We can skip count. Let me use a pencil, or pen, excuse me. Plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 1 is 4. Okay, all right, that sounds good. And I guess I can do the same thing here. Plus 7, plus 7, plus 7. 7 plus 7 is 14. 14 plus 7 is 21. 21 plus 7 is 28. And that's pretty much it. Now, there is another way to do it. Okay? I'm going to show you this. Again, if you want to confirm that that's the actual answer, a shortcut is this. And we've done this before. Okay? We're scaling up. If we have groups of 1, how many groups of 1 do we need to get to 4? Well, we're scaling up, so we're going to multiply by 4. And like I said, since it behaves like a fraction, whatever you do to one part, you have to do to the other. So there's that. 7 times 4 is 28. So the answer is, and you need to write a complete sentence. There's just no way. I know here I said it's 28, but on the quiz I expect you to write a full sentence. He receives $28. And that's it. Now, I think for this problem, I'll just show you briefly how it works using the infamous dots that I know you all love. All right, 7 to 1. That's the relationship, 7 to 1. Seven to 1. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and just verifying. So there's our group. We're making a group of 7 to 1. All right. Now, we want 4 of these blue dots. So, okay, if you can see that. Now, there's a relationship. There's a connection. For every 1, you need 7. So for every 1, I need 7 of these dots. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, it's a relationship. And remember the pink dots, just to remind you. Okay. That's what's going on when you're multiplying by 4. You're saying you want 4 of these. The relationship's of 7 to 1. You want 4 of them. Why do I say 4? Because we have 4 of these. We have 4 of the purple. Okay? All right. Don't worry, I think that might be the last of the dots you see for this lesson. Okay. Now, on the test, if I just give you the question, how much does she receive, and you just do this and you get the answer quickly, that's fine. But I will put in ratio tables, so you do need to fill in the ratio tables. Okay? And just think it through. Think it through. This is a ratio table. Now, I know in the lesson I gave you today, they showed it like this. And you know what? For number 2, I'll do it like that, just see what's going on. Okay? So, many ways to do this. You choose what works best for you. Okay? This is number 2. Number 2. Tanya runs 8 kilometers in 60 minutes. At this rate, how long would it take her to run 2 kilometers? All right. Okay. Again, write down what we're comparing. What are the nouns? What are the things we're comparing? Because then that's a ratio. We're comparing one thing to another. We're discovering the relationship. Okay? In this case, we're talking about kilometers, which is a distance, to minutes, which is time. All right. And so we know Tanya can do 8 kilometers in 60 minutes. All right. And then we have this chart. Okay. With the other problem, it was a little easier because we were scaling up. We were multiplying. Now here, we're going from larger to smaller. We're scaling down. We have one big group of 8, but we want groups of 2. Okay? Now let me fill out the ratio table first, and then I'll show you the trick later. But I can't think of any number. Well, actually I can, but we need to fill in this spot. Why? Just in case. We need to simplify, okay? Just for the sake of filling in this table. Because we're looking for equivalent ratios, okay? Because I can do this right now and be done, but I'll do that after. Okay, 8 and 60. They're both even numbers. I know I can divide by 2. Meaning 2 is a factor, I can make groups of 2. All right. 8 broken up into 2 groups is 4. 60 broken up into 2 groups is 30. And I think you see where I'm going with this. These are both even numbers. That means 2 is a factor. I can make groups of 2. Or 2 groups. It depends how you want to look at it. 4 broken up into 2 groups gives you groups of 2. 30 broken up into 2 gives you groups of 15. All right. So what's the answer? The answer is 15 minutes. Okay? So it would take 15 minutes to run 2 kilometers. Okay. So far, so good. But let me show you that shortcut I mentioned if you want to verify that this works. 8 to 60, and we want to convert it to 2 to 15. Now here's the deal. I'm leaving all this space in the middle because sometimes it won't always be this easy where you can just divide quickly. You can't always scale down quickly. Okay? But if I have 8 and I'm making groups of 2, right? 1, 2, I know I can do 4 of those. 8 divided by 4 is 2. And just like this, if I do one thing to the numerator, I have to do the same thing to the denominator. Okay? And let me just show you, because some of you are thinking, 60 divided by 4 looks like this, but it also looks like this. And some of you still don't know how to divide, and I'm sorry for that. I'll do my best to teach you right now. We're making groups of 4. Okay, two groups of 4 will be 8, 3 groups of 4 will be 12, and so on and so on. The question is, if you have 60 books available, how many groups of 4 can you make from those 60? All right, you go one digit at a time. How many groups of 4 can you make from 6? 1. 4 times 1 is 4. Subtract. You have 20. Sorry, you have 2 left. You don't have enough to make another group. So you bring down the 0. How many groups of 4 can you make from 20? And that's where I got 15. Okay. The last one. I'm going to do this as a table. The way you saw it, another way, vertical instead of horizontal. Okay, I just said some words you may not know. Vertical is up and down, like vertical blinds. Or a helicopter that takes, helicopter goes up and down vertically, right? And horizontal is left to right. And I'm going to erase the blind part because that might just confuse you later. But the idea is vertical goes up and down. Oh, I forgot an R. Let me write the R right there. Vertical. Anyways, number 3. Lamika buys 12 packs of juice boxes that are on sale and pays a total of $48. Use a ratio table to determine how much Lamika will pay to buy 8 more packs of juice at the same store. All right, here we go. We are comparing juice boxes to price. Now, be aware of something. It's not asking for the unit price. It really isn't. Okay? So, be aware of that. Now, it's saying here, let me read it again. Lamika buys 12 packs of juice boxes that are on sale and pays a total of $48. Use a ratio table to determine how much Lamika will pay to buy 8 more packs of juice boxes at the same store. All right. So the ratio is juice boxes to money or total. I'm going to do it like this. Okay. All right. I hope this works. Let's see. She buys 12 packs for $48. 12 juice boxes for $48. And we want to know how much she's going to pay if she buys 8. Let me just fill in the rich table a little bit. I want to make sure I explain this perfectly to you if I can. So, remember what I said earlier? Try and make a story if you can. So it's like, okay, you go to the store, you buy your juice boxes, you pay this much, great. But then you realize, oh, I need to buy more. I need to buy 8 more. How much is that going to cost me? So I know how much to bring. This is what we don't know right here. Okay? All right. Look. 12 to 48. Is there any way I can go from 12 to 8? Because I'm scaling down. I'm obviously going to divide by something. Okay. I can't do it. It doesn't work. All right. What if I simplify this by 2? What if I divide by 2? Instead of going all the way to 8, I go here. Right? Can I simplify this? Now, at this point, you might want to know, well, hey, what if I need to know, I need to know I have to buy 8 more. I know I need to buy 8 more. I know that. It'll help me if I know, well, how much is 1? And then from there I can figure out how much it costs for the rest. Okay, now you're going to be doing unit price here, sort of. You want this price, you want this to be 1. Right? And let me repeat that again, because maybe I just lost you, I'm sure. 12 juice boxes, $48. Okay, I buy these at the store, I go home and say, oh man, I need more. I need to buy 8 more. but I want to know exactly how much cash to bring so I don't overspend. Okay. It'll help me if I figure out, okay, if I know how much 1 costs, I know I can figure out how much 8 will cost. Okay? And realize it's not necessarily in a pack already. It's just 12 packs, whatever. So if I figure out the price of 1, I can do 8. Now, how do I change this to 1? I divide by the number itself. So I'll do the same thing here. All right? 48 divided by 12 is, and please, you have to know your times tables. If you don't, please use a times table chart. Okay. Now it becomes 4. Now, to go from 1 to 8, I scale up. Right? If I have a group of 1, I need 8 groups to get 8. And then same thing. If I multiply that by 8, I have to multiply this by 8. And we get $32. Okay? Lamika will pay $32. Okay, just for my own satisfaction, I guess, I'm going to do it like this. Maybe you're more used to this. 12 to 48. This is what we don't know. It's the same thing. Vertical or horizontal, you get the same answer. And that, my friends, is the guided practice.